Hello, welcome back. We've got a very interesting conversation today, and it's a special request, which I always invite. So let's just say right off that if you have a particular topic that you'd like to see me cover on one of these videos or more than one of these videos, I'm happy to do that. And what we'll do is exactly what's going on today, is we'll simply pause as we go through the text of A Course in Miracles, because the next section of the text will still be there tomorrow. But let's have this conversation today. And the question has to do with manifesting abundance. Yeah. So it's all the rage out there in the spiritual marketplace, which is a very interesting term when we talk about manifesting abundance and manifestation practices and all of those things. There are so many, and it's the talk of the town in the spiritual marketplace. And it's here that we can get a very clear view of what a marketplace it actually is here in the dream. Because once again, this is A Course in Miracles. This is a dream. This is a dream. All of this is a dream. And this is not the Son of God. It's not a body. We're not a body. So what does the Course have to say about manifesting abundance as it's commonly seen in the world? Nothing. Nothing at all. You'll notice as you go through either the text, the workbook, the manual, whatever component of A Course in Miracles you're currently looking at or working with, there's no talk about techniques for manifesting more money. There's no talk in this course about techniques for calling in a hot, sexy lover from afar that's going to fulfill all of your dreams for a little while. There is nothing like that. So, because this course doesn't talk about it, we don't talk about it on this set of videos. But it's such a pervasive idea. So here's the thing. All of these manifestation practices, and you may be involved in working with some of them. As you know, this course is a self-study curriculum that does not pretend to be more or less than any other spiritual tradition out there. That's because there are no divisions at all. There is no separation of any kind. This course insists on it. Therefore, this video series insists on it in a most uncompromising fashion. You deserve nothing less. So you may be involved in many of the traditions out there in the world that have to do with what is called manifesting abundance. And of course, the principle here is the one that we're working with here in A Course in Miracles. The principle is you see and experience what you want to see and experience. When we wish to experience multiplicity and suffering, voila, here we are. Apparently 8 billion strong on this spinning ball of rock, which appears to be separate from other spinning balls of rock or gas or whatever else, appears to be out there. There is nothing out there. So we see what we want to see. In A Course in Miracles, we're invited to want the peace of God and nothing else. When we wish to see suffering in the world, boom, we see suffering. When we wish to see a moment's calm and tranquility, boom, we get one, however fleeting. May not be right away, but it's coming, isn't it? Mind is that powerful. So what we're invited to do is take this principle and apply it to awakening itself, the full meal deal, so to speak, the real prize, if you want to call it that. Waking up to the truth of who you really are. There is nothing but the peace of God. We're invited to want that and only that. And guess what happens when we set all of our illusions aside and we want the peace of God and nothing else? What then do we see? Yeah. Here in A Course in Miracles, whether you practice one of these many techniques of manifesting what's known as abundance in the world, whether you practice that or not, we're invited to go further beyond that. As the world sees it here, abundance in the eyes of the world has to do with stuff. It has to do with things like money or a hot, sexy bod, great physical health, a hot, sexy lover, a $25 trillion dream home on the beach, and a smooth, fancy, fabulous ride. Perhaps a yacht. Fantastic, lavish meals at the finest Michelin-starred restaurants, and bottles of wine that cost several $100s a piece. You know, what passes for the good life here in the world, which is nothing. There is no world. Course in Miracles. There is no world. This is a dream. The way the world views abundance and manifestation, it's getting more stuff in the dream. It has absolutely nothing to do with awakening from the dream. We're all about waking from the dream here. And this course focuses on that, on clarifying our perception so that truth may dawn of itself, so that we may awaken. Now, it doesn't mean don't use one of these techniques if you want to, whatever. We all have free will and can do what we wish. You can take what's said in this video and reject it categorically. It's your choice. Or you could choose to listen to the voice of your inner teacher and act accordingly. That's also your choice. And we all reach a point, whenever that may be, where that choice becomes really clear and we formulate the wish to wake up, to have the peace of God and nothing else. And you want to know what? We have it. The Son of God lacks nothing. We have everything. There is no lack. There is no void. There is no gaping hole or gap to be filled. The Son of God lacks nothing. What is a technique for manifesting abundance, but a wish to have more, 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 more. The world is insatiable, isn't it? Our economic systems are insatiable. We're invited, as what our governments want to call us, really, truly, consumers, to want more, buy, spend. Consumer spending, yes. Empty that wallet and get more, more, more. It's where we appear to find ourselves. Emphasis on appear to. So, a very helpful passage here is in chapter 29 of the text. Section 8, which incidentally is entitled The Antichrist, definitely not the same meaning or the same context as fundamentalist Sunday school. If you're familiar with those wild interpretations of the book of Revelation, this is not that. That's the title of this section. And the Antichrist in A Course in Miracles is a perceived gap, a lack. There is no lack. There is no lack. But here in the world, we always want more illusions, more money, more sex, right? I mean, nothing against either one of those. We all need to pay the light bill. I got to pay the light bill. I got to pay the internet bill. So the Holy Spirit can reach you quicker and faster and better and more effectively. There are things that we do as we go about life appearing to look something like this. It's a form, it's a communication form that people can relate to without being plunged into deep existential dread. And perhaps you're being plunged into that anyway. I hope not, but we all have the guidance and the sure and loving support of our inner teacher to call on, because our inner teacher, the Holy Spirit, is part of our mind. Always with us. Always. There is no lack that we need to supply with something from the world. So the thing here is that, and this is a principle that's true in any walk of life, is that we can't solve a problem with the same mindset that created it in the first place. We can't solve our perceived lack with stuff. We can't solve our perceived lack with more money. We can't solve our perceived lack with a new loving partner, as wonderful as that is. We can't solve our lack with a brand new pair of socks or a new shirt. The solution is not in the world that appears to be out there. The solution is in here, inside. We're invited to look within. And there will come a time when all of these illusions no longer satisfy you, because no matter how much physical health you enjoy, or how much money you may have, or how cool your car is, or beautiful and lavish your mansion is, nothing against that, but no matter how lavish you have it, as long as you don't want the peace of God and nothing else, you're going to continue to spin in the cycle of recycled guilt, fear, and suffering, which is what you want to get out of, or you would not be watching this. And I would say the same about any spiritual tradition or any practice, including these practices of manifesting abundance that we see in the world. There is a reason why people are drawn to this. And let's all be very certain that the Holy Spirit knows what he's doing here. So if someone is engaged in one of these practices of millionaire manifestation, or whatever people call, I mean, they call it flashy, hot, sexy, shiny things, don't they? I mean, there's actually, this course is called A Course in Miracles, which instantly draws people's attention too, doesn't it? Miracles. Hey, I could use that. But a miracle, as it turns out, is not a brand new Mercedes. However, if you wish to donate, email me and I'll give you the deets of where to find me. I'm only partially kidding, but you get the point. This course is not about manifesting abundance in the world. It's about lifting the veil that we ourselves have placed between our vision and truth, lifting the veil, which is insubstantial, lifting that so that truth may dawn of itself. It's never gone anywhere. We're simply waking up to that. That's what this course is about, which is why it's not about the manifestation of money. So here in the world, we're faced with bills, mortgage and rent payments, the light bill, we have to buy groceries and things like that. So what do? Well, it's very important to know, and it's very important that we reinforce as adult learners that this world is completely insubstantial. Yet while we appear to be here in a manner of speaking, we have work to do. There are people out there in this world that you will reach better than anyone else. You're meant to extend love to them in whatever outward form that takes. They're meant to learn from you. The two of you, or the billion of you, however many that is, right? You're scripted and destined to work together, to learn from one another and to forgive one another. There are people out there that you're destined to teach and that will hear the message of the Holy Spirit best through you, not through me, not through some other teacher on the internet or on stage somewhere on this spinning ball of rock. You. So we go about what appears to be our normal life. What you're looking at right now, this assemblage of pixelated dots and particles of whatever it is. I don't know how this even works. I have no idea. I'm just grateful that we're able to have this conversation right now. What you're looking at is nothing. Really, it's completely insubstantial. The Son of God is not finite, limited to 80 to 90 years, if we're lucky, here on this spinning ball of rock. The Son of God is free. The Son of God is limitless. So we can lack nothing. Now, here as we go about our daily life and we pay the light bill, which you might want to do. Really, very few people will actually get the message to check out, go take up robes and live in Nepal or Bhutan on a retreat for the next 30 to 40 years and simply drop out of the world and leave it all behind in that way, physically. If you get that message and direction, fantastic. Most of us will not. So we show up every day. And as we go about our daily business, work, email, eating, sleeping, grocery shopping, all of that, we don't have to place our faith and allegiance in it because it is not real. However, we continue to show up. And along the way, what we're invited to develop, and in fact, all spirituality is about this, is learning to relax and trust in the guidance of our inner teacher. We're told here in this course that we'll lack for nothing. We will be provided with what we need. Now, it may not come in the form that you want it to come in. That's part of our problem, is that we want to orchestrate, manipulate, and control illusions. All compound phenomena. We want to control it. We want other people to do what we want them to do. We want the weather to do what we want it to do. And when that happens, we're disappointed, and we don't have to be disappointed. We're invited to relax and trust in the guidance of our inner teacher. You'll be given what you need. Now, along the way, if you have a very nice bottle of wine, excellent, enjoy it. If you have a beautiful, loving relationship, excellent, enjoy it. A big house, excellent, enjoy it. Big car, great, fantastic, enjoy it. Bank account, fat with lots of zeros at the end of it, excellent, enjoy it. It's all completely insubstantial. And when this thing that can barely stand the prick of a pin loses its vigor and slops into a pile on the ground, when that takes place, what then becomes of all of the things that we've obsessed over in life? Nothing. So it's a long way, indeed, of saying that this course doesn't deal with the spiritual marketplace practices of manifesting abundance. We have abundance. The Son of God has everything. We have only to lift the veil so we see that we have everything. Actually, that one sentence will do. But since we need elaboration as adult learners, there we have elaboration. So I very much appreciate this question. This is a good one. It really, really is, because there is just so much out there in today's spirituality. It's popular, it's shiny, and people claim to have the best techniques for it. But if you want the peace of God and only that, then you're invited to delve into this material. Ask your inner teacher for guidance, and I'm also here for guidance, for questions. I'm more than happy to entertain any of those, including suggestions for topics here on this video series, like this one. This is perfect, and I'm always open to that. So again, the invitation goes out. If you have an idea for a topic that you'd love to see considered here, then please feel welcome to propose it. So I thank you for doing that. And the subscription arrow is right here in the corner of your screen. Go ahead and click on that and join us. There are several videos per week posted right here. And, well, we will continue on. All right. Thank you, as always, for joining me.